$20,000 in 20 minutes. That is the standard that we're setting. We've all heard the same tale, that trading is a solo man's sport, that it's you against the market, alone with your mistakes, with your decisions, with your discipline. And if you're not winning, obviously you must be doing something wrong, right? But have you actually taken a good hard look on the environment you're trading in? Environment can make or break us just as much as performance can. Think about a shark in a fishbowl. If you leave it in the fishbowl, it will stay tiny forever. Not because of its nature, but because it's in a space that limits it. If you put that same shark in an open sea, it will grow to a giant beast. Trading works the exact same way. But how does your trading environment actually limit you? By one thing, uncertainty. If you're constantly worrying whether there are hidden rules, hidden limits, or even after you do everything right, whether you're going to get your payout or not, that is going to take a psychological toll on you. It affects how you think even when you think you're acting rational. If your prop firm isn't built in a way which supports your psychology, then you're already making the game harder than it needs to be. It becomes almost impossible to focus solely on performance. Take David for an example. He was doing everything right on paper. He had a plan, he was following his rules, he wasn't gambling. But he was in an environment that made him doubt the whole industry.
The first time I got a funded account, you're just so excited and, prone to blow it if you are just going all in without a plan, right? Definitely blew a few accounts and eventually realized, if I can just figure out a way mindset where it's like I can do this, just shift the same kind of mentality into a funded account and not really think like I have to make all the money today, which is unrealistic, right? If I could just stick to a plan and pass the challenge, right?
Yeah.
So then you should be good. Yeah, it's a mindset shift for sure. I've been bringing down my risk more, which is really helpful. Just a little bit of extra buffer room.
Imagine you're going to work and you don't even know when and if you're going to get paid. You can't even focus on what you're doing or why you're even doing it. That's what was happening to David. While he was waiting for weeks and weeks for his payouts, he couldn't even focus on the charts. He couldn't focus on his performance. When he switched to Hola Prime and received his payout in 9 minutes, that whole noise disappeared. He could again focus on his performance and on his strategy. He could trade without a question mark in his mind. That's what we call the Prime ecosystem, an environment where trading doesn't come with extra pressure. And this way you don't have to fit your life around trading, but trading into your life. That's exactly what happened with Monika. Monika traded while having a full-time job at the airport. She didn't have the time or the luxury to stalk the charts 24 hours a day, and she didn't need to. The rules were so clear to her that she could just place her trade and step away.
So would you say by nature you're quite a disciplined person?
Yeah, I'm very resilient towards a lot of risks, so I'm always trying to be a bit safer and take things slower than risk a lot. And I think psychologically it's difficult for a lot of people to see that they don't do great and you see the money going at the start. I think psychologically it's difficult for people when they see they trying for funded accounts.
Every trader has their personal challenges. For some people like Monika, it was a limited time. But for other people, it's freedom. Jeremy had already made over $65,000 in trading. But during that time, he also saw how bad prop firms operate.
I know you've got a lot of capital to play with, but still these percentages are phenomenal. What's going on? What's the secret?
I don't know. I keep waiting for it to blow up in my face. No, I think what's really helped me moving into the prop industry the last couple of years is that I think one of the things that I would fall into is I would see these big dollars being made by traders posting on Twitter or whatever. And so I would take bigger risks than I needed to in my accounts trying to get to those dollar amounts. And when I finally started moving into the prop industry where I was able to have bigger accounts, I was able to trade smaller size. As far as how much I'm risking, still making the same type of technical trades, but now able to duplicate it and do it over multiple accounts and stretch it out.
I mean, he's right. If you're constantly worrying about hidden rules and secret caps, then you're not actually trading. You're just fighting the casino. But talk is cheap, and transparency is the only currency that matters. And you want to see the money move in real time. $20,000 in 20 minutes. That is the standard that we're setting. But speed isn't also the only thing that matters. Sometimes you just want to talk to a human. When Chiara joined, she didn't just get login data and a dashboard. She got a Hola Prime phone call. All of our questions answered in 10 minutes. Because that's the difference between a provider and a partner. So what do you think is the reason that we have so many successful traders here at Hola Prime? Let me tell you, it's not some secret indicator, it's not some magic strategy. The traders are good, yes, but they are finally in an environment which supports their growth and rewards their discipline. They brought the technique, we provided the ecosystem. And the results? Well, they speak for themselves. Now we're just excited to see what story you bring next.
Hola Prime, trade with transparency.